This video is called The Moral High Ground of the Last True Leader. I am above all others are below decent. If you've seen the video before this, you should understand this. But certainly if you see my key reasons why on the Top Martial Arts playlist and this video, you get it, certainly. If you don't, either you're a dumbass or completely, if you don't get it already, you're a dumbass. If you don't get it after watching this video, you're completely insane. So now let's consider the unattractive friend idea. A hero's guide to translating females. They are bred to be evil. Let's consider group reparations. If a nation gives the African American community reparations or the Native American community casinos and so on and so forth, right? Is this idea sound? Why should it be limited to nations? Why not a group of people? Why not families and so on and so forth? If we are going to charge the individual, if the corporation is said to represent a single person in court, why cannot we hold them accountable? Let's not confuse nice, somewhat helpful, or semi-empathetic with decent. Let's not make that mistake here. When I say below decent, I don't mean that they're not nice. I don't mean that they're not somewhat helpful at times. I don't mean that they're not semi-empathetic. I mean that they're below decent. Others don't have the heart to do the right thing, and what we do affects each other. If you don't have the heart to do the right thing, and what we do affects each other, certainly you should be told what to do. If you won't stop throwing a grenade over the fence and blowing up little kids, right? You're like, look, I'm just sitting here. I work hard every day. So what? I throw a grenade over, the world's an evil place. What can you do? So what? I help them make it evil. So what, right? It's stupid. Their argument is stupid. What you're doing affects other people. You have trickle-down blood money. You don't make it up to other people. You spread more evil than good. There's no excuse for that. And the main way you do that is by not obeying God. No one is good but God alone. No act is good but that which is conveyed through the top martial arts, which is the spirit of righteousness being conveyed by you. The spirit of pure morality with no ill-gotten gains. And we'll get to that later. Okay, so therefore, all acts done without the true spirit of God are lukewarm at best. So your very existence is evil, and you're doing lukewarm acts at best. There is no balance there. The non-sabotaged female should only expect friendship from a handsome, less than rich man, especially the Royal Martial Arts hero. Right? They should only expect friendship. You're not attractive. And let's get into why that is. That might seem cruel, but let's understand what led up to not being attractive. Let's understand this. Remember, I'm talking about the non-sabotage female. She's not a female who was attractive, who was abused by the system for taking my side. She's not sabotaged for doing the right thing. Okay. Okay. The relationship she is seeking, according to her own argument, is not based on the flesh anyway. Okay, she's saying, it's shallow to fixate on the flesh. Then why do you want to have sex with this person? Why do you want him to be your husband? Why can't you just be his friend? If it's shallow to fixate on the flesh, is not having sex a fixation on the flesh? Her own argument is not based on sexual attraction, but the character of someone who most men don't find attractive. Just be friends. Surely she is more suited to her other half, which is an unattractive male in the same boat, as they say. Unattractive guys date unattractive females quite often. So why are you mad about this? I see them all the time, historically and currently. Health from exercise and diet, coupled with good deeds, is what makes someone appear beautiful. And if they're from a long line of people who are doing this, they're probably beautiful. This is often combined with generations of this kind of behavior, making it a kind of inheritance. This is far more important than inheriting money. This is the inheritance of beauty. Why would you want to cheat someone out of this and their ability to create the next generation of beautiful people? Don't confuse being sexy and fine with being beautiful. Okay. How far have we gone in the wrong direction? Would it be wrong if I said that we've gone so far that God's wrath must be poured out? Certainly the Bible and Revelation would suggest this. they should be severely punished, if not killed, for even considering trying to get people like me to settle. They are sick and not just ugly, if that is the case. They are ugly because they are sick, and that's why they have come up with a sick idea as a result. The martial art warriors are an extension of God's army. This is where God's army comes into this world. This is God's army landing, the beachhead. God's army on earth, here with us. God with us. The divine order is the main concern. Horus, the hero, is concerned with restoring the divine order, not just with saving people. Saving people for what? So that bad people can continue to rule over them? That's insane. I'm going to make sure they're nice and healthy so you can have your way with them sexually especially. That's insane. That's sick. That is sick. Certainly people who suggest this are ugly inside. Sick. Certainly not beautiful outside to the careful observer. So warriors dying must also be considered. They must repopulate. Okay, the divine order includes warriors having beautiful, suitable helpers to repopulate, to regenerate, to reproduce. The fine female must obey. The warrior needs the healthy female to reproduce healthy warriors. And the fine females, right, they're usually fine because they're healthy, okay, must obey. You're fine and not beautiful. You must obey more than the woman who's beautiful. You're a fine gold-digging slut. And I had to pair you with this guy because you wouldn't naturally choose him. You must obey that much more. So remember right there in the word inheritance. In hero, T, the feminine suffix, the world trying to fixate on the feminine, right, on the female. Tone, or ten, the dime piece, C. Hereditary, hero, die, because of the T, the feminine F ending, the feminine suffix, Mother Earth, right, the material world, Satan, the god of this world. Era, hero, die, T, Eri, Era, ear, I. They are rebelling against the righteous king. Okay? And what is the result? They're stealing from God when they rebelled against the righteous king. For their crony capitalist ill-gotten gains, right? Their trickle-down ill-gotten gains. I should be able to have her because I have my trickle-down ill-gotten gains in this rape cult center. It's fucking stupid. Okay? Is she not snaking the bloodline or bloodlines loyal to God, or at least moral principles, if the less than attractive females are allowed to prey on him? Are they not snaking these guys? In this way, she is like a rapist preying on the men attractive females threw under the bus. The attractive female that doesn't obey the handsome hero is cheating and helping the most despicable males cheat the most worthy lines. They are basically cheating every worthy person that came before them, okay, the handsome hero, and any ones that are around them, and everyone else out of their chance to change and redeem. In the case of a king, they are cheating. They are especially and extremely cheating all the worthy kings and queens and family members that came before him. In the case of a true king. How much more the king of kings, the top martial artist hero, due to this activity and technology, I am the last. The best argument they can make for themselves is that their selfishness, shallowness, childishness, evil, stupidity, and criminal negligence in regards to true crimes against humanity has caused the snaking and betrayal of every worthy person that ever lived and the destruction of the possibility of future decent people. Certainly, the enslavement of every attractive woman is preferred. Certainly, they have proven themselves, listen carefully, incapable of choosing good man for goodness sake. It's not enough to choose a good man. You have to choose them for the right reasons. Not by accident or from peer pressure. To truly be a decent woman. You can't choose them because it feels good to be good or to do right. But truly because it is good. Stop being selfish and feeling led, neurotic, emotional, for the wrong reasons. If righteous men were in power, they would choose them for the wrong reasons. Their natural tendency is cowardice and shallowness. They need to be controlled so that they don't naturally drift in that direction. They need to be disciplined in order. And they are unsuitable helpers unless they have been trained properly. And right there in the wordplay for properly is pro-per-lay. Their parents' technique of raising them is pitiful, empty, and insufficient. Simply put, they weren't bred right and weren't raised right because the people that were breeding and raising them weren't bred right and weren't raised right. The only reason one would cover this up is for crazed people with delusion-based respect to continue evil and the rape of their own people, their families, and the masses. Are they not better off facing reality and dying with their families rather than continuing this extreme evil if society intensely persecutes them for truth with no way out? With no way to be in the divine order? Is this not a core message of the Bible? Is this death a core moral in the accompanying moral code of a true warrior or a true martial artist? Is pretending that I haven't proven my point missing the point of life? The true message of Chinese Connection, the Bruce Lee movie, I suggest you all see it if you haven't already. And I suggest you watch it again. The true message of Chinese Connection was that the dead teacher was in the African martial arts continuity of teachers being trained by people that observed or were trained by a hero sometime in the past. And his best student understood the true message of this teaching. The Japanese were wrong for being in the wrong and bullying the Chinese. But they were mostly right that the Chinese that had no plans to face them were sick. And Bruce Lee was right to fight them to the death. That's why it ends in the movie, says, who says life is preferred? And who killed them? A bunch of globalists and so on and so forth, using technology symbolic of it's best to fight to the death than to be hopelessly enslaved by technology and to snake teachers that shouldn't have died. Why live if there's no divine order? He's right to fight to the death. If he can't be conveyed the true message and be his path be perfected with truth, then why bother to live? Okay, you're better off facing your enemy. Horror meaning face, right? Not just the whore face. Okay, that's for the fake horse, but the face us, right? Horse, face us. Horus also Heros rather means master in ancient Greek, and of course it's a play on words for Horus. Or of course some language that the word Hera is derived from. I'm not quite sure if it's ancient Greek, but the word Hera is said to be derived from Heros, meaning master. And of course it goes back to Greco-Roman mythology. All right. Even the Greeks understood this, and they weren't known for their martial art order. They were known for their Greek cultures, and their sex cults, their rape cults. Zeus was a rapist, and Zeus is put on words for Suez Canal. Look where it is, right? Egypt, and so on and so forth. Only the true martial art pharaoh can allow for other people to honorably survive when they have lost in worldly battle and their region is occupied. No true hero could tell people not to stand with me and die with me in 2019. Not at this point. Life in this world is only for the enemies of righteousness and extremely evil people after I die. The pyramid will be for no true hero could tell people not to stand with me and die with me in 2019. Life in this world is only for the enemies of righteousness and extremely evil people after I die. The pyramid will be forever incomplete after I die, and the people will have no one that is allowed to enter the kingdom of heaven to lead them to the promised divine place ever again. On a moral level, it is simply immoral to live. Life itself becomes an ill-gotten gain, offering the children of the righteous only the torture of their children. If the righteous were to live, this ultimately makes it so they don't reproduce. One must walk in the light, or they are like fish out of water. It is pure evil for man to give the planet that was given to the righteous naturally to the children of those that have betrayed him. When one considers that mankind is supposed to understand and embrace morals more and more over time, it is more evil for them to accept it, the planet that should not be theirs. When we consider summon, right, and how they've interfered with me, right, and how no one can overrule the children of the extremely immoral who've bred far in the wrong direction can't one day say, hey, we're right and he's wrong, okay? So we must, who's supposed to protect the spirit and wonder what circumstances, right? Even the most innocent and cute of the disenfranchised people at this time are blocked from heaven. How much more the children of the snakes?